wonderful to see all of you here this evening. We're so excited to play. The best thing about today is that you get to hear your kids and they get to play for you. And it's been a long time and we are just so happy you're here in the building. We're starting with the jazz ensemble. If you are not familiar with our group, we are 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And we rehearse mostly on Wednesday mornings, but a few Fridays also. Kids have been playing great. They come in, they work hard. So we figure we start off with the jazz ensemble, give our 6th graders on stage a chance to hear a little bit of playing before we move into the 3 grade level bands. So without any further ado, here's the jazz ensemble. We're gonna play a blues jam, all improvised. You're gonna hear kids all the way around the whole band taking improvised solos. Enjoy. It's so great hearing the kids just all stand up, get their feet wet with improvising in front of an audience, and just think about it, it's like two years for a lot of them since they've last played in front of an audience, and they were all willing to take a solo tonight, which I just think is outstanding. All right, we're going to move into some arrangements now. Our next title is called Sink or Swing, and it features Austin Vitello on the piano.
I don't need a score. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
They're not supposed to be able to play the drums this well at this age. Great job, great job. All right, you've probably heard this one on 97 Rock many, many times. Here's Give Me Some Lovin'. Thanks so much for listening to the Jazz Ensemble. We'll have a short intermission as we get ready for the 6th grade band, and we have a little reset with microphones for the live stream. Also great for all of you who are at home watching today on the live stream. So great to have you with us as well.
One, two, 1, 2, 3.
had the experience of playing in the fourth grade in the Spectrum concert at the high school. They would have had the experience of playing 2 concerts as fifth graders. And we hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk a little bit more in between the pieces. So usually, the payoff for all the hard work is the concert. And these guys started working hard in fourth grade. And they got to a certain point in the year when, oh no, the year is not going to end normally. We don't get the payoff of the concert. But they kept going. And then there was the fifth grade year where things just weren't the way that they typically are. And they kept going, and they didn't get the payoff of the concert. Now finally we get the payoff. They've been patient, but more importantly, you've been patient. And you've continued to encourage, and you've continued to help these kids thrive in their instrument studies. And I can't thank you enough, because it would have been so easy for them and for you to just kind of bail and just decide, there's no payoff, what's the point? I hope that they're really enjoying this tonight, kind of getting all geeked up about playing on stage for you. And I hope the payoff is so tremendous, as it always is for me anytime I get to perform, that they just keep going, and that this is a spark that just keeps them going for a really long time. But thank you for your support, for helping to keep them going, so that we can have a night like tonight. And thank you to my wife, who has continued to encourage me, even though things haven't been as normal as they could have been, but she just said, just keep going, just keep going. They're gonna get back to it, and it's gonna be wonderful. And I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this, being in front of an audience too. I told these guys, I still play. I play percussion in the Amherst Symphony Orchestra, and we haven't had concerts for a couple of years. And I just can't wait to get back on stage and do it. And I'm so happy for them that they're able to do this tonight. First one of the year, hopefully the first of many to come. So thank you very much for being here. I would encourage you, please, The 7th grade band's coming out, the 8th grade band's coming out. I know that they would really appreciate having a full audience, so if you can please stay for the entire performance, that would be wonderful. Thanks very much for being here, and thank you again for your support.
Good evening. It is beyond exciting for me to be able to look out at an actual live audience. And what a start for us this evening. This is the 7th grade band, and I am Mrs. Christy Mallory, their very lucky conductor. That first piece that you heard tonight was called the March of Freedom. It was dedicated by Robert Geisler to the men and women of our armed forces, and seeing that it was just Veterans Day, I think it was very fitting. Our next one is more of a premonition of what's to come in the next couple of days, Minka's Sleigh Ride. So enjoy.
They look ready. The 8th grade band. So we took a little trip to Paris, and now we're going to explore one of the great organ works of Johann Sebastian Bach. The first piece we played was an arrangement, meaning there are some alterations to the original and kind of put together for younger players while also trying to just kind of stay true to the original intent of the composer. Our next piece is a transcription. So the notes the kids are playing are very true to the original. They're just simply scored for the various instruments of a concert band The work, like I said, is originally for organ. Enjoy the prelude in B flat. This is so fun. Our next selection is our slow lyrical piece, Adagio for Winds. You'll hear it very thinly scored at the beginning, and our first clarinet section and our first horn section, which is all of 2 people, will be playing the melody, and you'll hear it get thicker and thinner as it goes. It's very beautifully scored Adagio for Winds. The great thing about tonight is that for so many kids, this is a beginning. It's almost like a restart or a beginning of their musical journey here in the band program. I think it's just been a wonderful evening. And I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed preparing all of this music. You get to hear all of this music at home all the time. And it finally comes to fruition, and it's very, very rewarding. And I told the kids last week that, beautiful people make beautiful music, and beautiful music makes beautiful people. The students on this stage this evening get something in school that some of their peers do not. They've chosen to do this, and they get the good that comes from it. And we just love working with them each day and taking them on that musical journey with them, and hope it's an important part of their schooling. And I know you as parents also agree with that. Otherwise they wouldn't be here with the instruments and whatnot in their hands. So thank you for all of your support. And before we play our last number, I'd really like to thank my colleagues who have unwaveringly worked so hard. And a lot of it is without a camera on them. Well, some of it's with a camera on them, depending on what they were doing. But it's not in the limelight. It's not a concert. It's all of that hard work that's happened over the past couple of years. And it's not easy work. And it wasn't easy work for them, and it wasn't easy work for you. But I'd really like to thank Mrs. Dana Bennett, Mr. Tom Firminger, especially at the elementary school. They were some of the first to figure out Zoom. It took me a little longer. But they worked so hard with the students at the elementary level to continue and keep them playing. I'd like to thank Mr. Tom Stroth and Mrs. Christy Mallory for all of the wonderful work they've done with lessons and band and preparing these students and getting them so that they can play a concert that's just like any other 8th grade concert. Okay, this music's hard to play, and they are doing a fantastic job learning it, playing it, and making some great sounds. I'd like to thank all of the administration for their unwavering support throughout all of this. I'd also like to thank Mr. Lou Vitello and Ms. Andrea Renfola at the high school, who are constantly advocating for the music department and making sure that these opportunities continue and continue for a long time. So thank you again for coming back to the Clarence Middle School auditorium. We're going to see a whole lot more of you. We have a great concert planned for you in April with these kids, where they'll get to share a concert with the fantastic Erie County Wind Ensemble. And I only say that because I'm a member myself, but they are really wonderful. They're going to get to play a combined piece at the end, and each group will play a little bit. So it'll be a really fun night. Thank you again, and here's The Hosts of Freedom by Carl King.